Lila lived in a small village nestled between rolling hills. It was a place where everyone knew each other, and the days were filled with simple joys and routines. It was a peaceful place, but I longed for adventure. I often found myself daydreaming about what lay beyond the hills and the familiar faces. I dreamed of faraway lands and magical creatures. My imagination would take me to enchanted forests, mystical mountains, and kingdoms in the clouds. One day, I sat beneath my favorite apple tree. The tree was old and wise, its branches heavy with ripe red apples. "Oh, I wish something exciting would happen," I whispered to the wind, hoping it would carry my wish to the far corners of the world.
Lila's wish floated on the breeze. It shimmered and sparkled as if it had a life of its own. It danced through the village, weaving between the cottages and flower gardens, leaving a trail of light in its wake. Past the baker's shop and the well, the villagers watched in awe as the glowing light floated by. The wish flew until it reached the old library, a place filled with ancient books and forgotten stories, where it settled on a dusty book. The book seemed to glow in response, as if it had been waiting for this moment.
The next morning, I found the book lying on my doorstep. It hummed with a faint glow. When I opened it, the pages rustled and shimmered.
Hello, Lila. I'm Pico, and I'm here to take you on an adventure.
Gasp! This was just what I had wished for.
She climbed onto Pico's back, clutching the magical book. They soared into the sky, leaving the village behind. Pico carried Lila to the whispering woods. The trees whispered secrets in the breeze. The air shimmered with unseen magic. They landed by the river of floating stones. Each stone sparkled with different colors.
Laughing.
Lila hopped across, her laughter echoing through the woods. They continued deeper into the forest.
Talking trees shared stories with Lila?
Friendly squirrels offered them nuts. Lila had never felt so happy. Every step was a new adventure. Deep in the woods, they met an old man with kind eyes and a long white beard. His presence was calming, and his eyes sparkled with ancient wisdom.
Welcome, Lila. I've been expecting you. I am Mr. Wiseman. Many have come to me seeking guidance. I know you seek the Sun Crystal. It is a powerful artifact, and your journey will be challenging.
Mr. Wiseman gave Lila a small vial. It glowed softly in the dim light of the forest. Inside, a tiny light flickered, casting a warm glow on Lila's face.
This is the light of courage. It is a gift for those who embark on noble quests. It will help you face your fears and overcome the obstacles in your path. Remember, true courage comes from within.
Lila thanked Mr. Wiseman, her heart filled with gratitude and hope. Pico, her loyal bird companion, chirped encouragingly beside her, sensing her newfound determination. Lila felt a surge of bravery. The light of courage seemed to resonate with her very soul. She knew she could complete her quest. With Mr. Wiseman's guidance and the light of courage, nothing could stand in her way. Following Pico's directions, Lila arrived at the Crystal Cave. The journey had been long and arduous, but Lila's determination never wavered. She had faced many challenges along the way, each one testing her resolve and courage. Now, standing at the entrance of the cave, she felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. The entrance was dark and scary. Shadows seemed to dance and flicker, creating eerie shapes that made Lila's heart race. The air was cold and damp, sending shivers down her spine, but she knew she couldn't turn back now. The sun crystal was somewhere inside, and she had to find it. Lila took a deep breath and remembered Mr. Wiseman's words. "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it," he had told her. Those words echoed in her mind, giving her the strength she needed to move forward. She knew that this was her moment to prove herself. Holding the vial of light, she stepped inside. The vial glowed softly, casting a warm light that pushed back the darkness. Each step she took was careful and deliberate, her eyes scanning the cave for any signs of danger. The path was uneven, and she had to watch her footing to avoid tripping.
"I can do this," Lila whispered to herself, her voice steady and filled with determination. She knew that she had come too far to give up now. The thought of finding the sun crystal and bringing it back to her village filled her with a sense of purpose.
The cave sparkled with crystals, but something stirred in the shadows. The light from her vial reflected off the walls, creating a dazzling display of colors. But amidst the beauty, there was an unsettling presence. Lila could feel eyes watching her, and she knew she had to stay alert. Lila's fear almost overwhelmed her. Her heart pounded in her chest and her hands trembled. She could hear the faint sounds of movement, and her imagination ran wild with thoughts of what might be lurking in the darkness. But she couldn't let fear control her. But then, she remembered her courage. She thought of all the people who believed in her and the promise she had made to herself. She straightened her back, lifted her chin, and took another step forward. She was not alone. She carried the hopes and dreams of her village with her. She held up the light of courage. The vial's glow intensified, illuminating the cave and revealing the path ahead. The shadows seemed to retreat, as if afraid of the light. Lila felt a surge of confidence, knowing that she had the power to dispel the darkness. The shadows vanished, revealing a beautiful sun crystal. It was more magnificent than she had imagined, radiating a warm, golden light. The crystal seemed to pulse with energy, and Lila could feel its power resonating with her own.
You did it, Lila, Pico exclaimed, his voice filled with pride and joy. Lila smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment wash over her. She had faced her fears and emerged victorious.
Lila carefully took the crystal. It was warm to the touch, and she could feel its energy flowing through her. She knew that this crystal would bring light and hope to her village. It pulsed with warmth and light. The crystal seemed to have a life of its own, and Lila could feel its connection to the world around her. It was a symbol of the courage and determination that had brought her this far. Pico flew her back to the village. The journey back was swift, and Lila felt a sense of peace as she soared through the sky. She knew that she had accomplished something truly remarkable. Lila returned, not just as Lila, but as a magical storyteller. The villagers gathered around her, eager to hear about her adventure. She had become a symbol of hope and inspiration for everyone. She shared her stories and adventures, inspiring others to be kind, courageous, and to always follow their dreams. Her words had a profound impact on the villagers, encouraging them to believe in themselves and to pursue their own dreams. Lila had learned that the true magic wasn't in the book or the crystal, but within herself. She realized that her journey had been about discovering her own strength and potential. The sun crystal was a reminder of the power that lay within her. True magic is within us. It is courage, kindness, and the desire to explore the unknown. Lila's adventure had taught her that the greatest treasures are not found in distant lands, but within our own hearts. And with that knowledge, she knew she could face any challenge that came her way.